morning. Okay, today is January 8th, the 8th day of Vlogmas. And today I'm going to take you along with me for a little day in the life. So it's around 6:45 in the morning and I am just out for my morning run. It is 24 degrees out, so I'm only doing a couple miles and I'm starting to think it is time for more indoor exercise. But I do have an absolutely gorgeous view on my runs. I live about a block away from the Long Island Sound and we have a nice little running path, bike path. So kind of worth the cold at the moment. But let's go ahead and have a day. Okay, so an interesting part of my job is that I don't actually work inside of a museum, but a good part of my team does, and a good part of my work is working on imaging the works or sharing the images of the works in the center. So I do have to make the relatively short, just a couple block trek from my desk to the center. So right now I'm heading over for our weekly team meeting. It's every Monday. I do have to bundle up because it is freezing in the city with the wind going. So I'm just headed over there now for a little team meeting. Okay, team meeting over, and I'm walking back to our third office location to return one of our new publications to the publishing team. This cover is making me really happy because it has a fish boat on it, and it's for an upcoming exhibition. But fortunately, they're just across the street from the center, so not too far. Okay, so publications have been dropped off at the publications department and I'm walking back to my office. I did spend a few minutes up there chatting because one of my good friends is the publications assistant here. So she and I just did a little Monday catch up. But walking past the frat horses. They're a little bit annoying. But anyway, by now you may have picked up on what it is that I do. I am the copyright and imaging assistant here at the art museum. It means I obtain, maintain copyright information for all of the works in our collection, and I help people both inside the museum and outside the museum understand how they can use images of our works. And then I also work alongside a team of photographers to capture all of the objects in the museum for archival purposes as well as public accessibility, so you can always go on an online collection and access high quality images, high resolution images of the works in our collection, which is a really amazing feature that we offer. And we also document events, document our publications, and the publication that I showed you all just now is one that I actually worked on. So sometimes I will help the publications team acquire images and work through the rights process of the various works in the publication. And so I help put together all of the imaging alongside of our imaging team who actually takes the images to put into those publications. So that's also a good part of my job. Now I'm just walking back to the office. I have about 30 minutes before lunch, so I'm gonna go and take a look and see what new imaging requests from external patrons we've gotten today. Imaging team making them. What are we making? Paper?